right. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Sure.
we've almost been going for basically half an hour. Really, time flies when you're talking shit. So, talk us
Yeah.
through the money maker.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had a little winning week last week. Another winning week. Not a lot. Only half a unit, but a win's a win. Not going to cry about it. It's better than a smack in the face, as they say. So we had the one double that came in. The under specific Crusaders game cruised in. It was like 50 points, and Reds Blues cruised into close to 70 points. So that 1-1, and I can't remember what the one that lost. We don't care about who came second and losers there. But yeah, we there was a 1-for-1, but it was a winning. It's still with the units we wagered. We are up. Just a quick recap on the season. We're 10 wins, 7 losses. But luckily we're hitting some nice units, bigger unit players that are winning for us. So we plus now, we've hit over 10. So there's a milestone. We've reached over 10 units profit.
Hey, woo!
And we're going at
Come on.
and we're going at a 54% return of investment, which I'm still going to say is pretty good. We were at 70% at one stage, so we've got a bit down. But 50% we're rocking. We're up there still with the big boys. So may it continue. I've got 3 players for us today. As I said, we are heading towards the end of the season, so we're running out of games, especially games I like to punt strongly. So we're going to use a few units this week on some Super Rugby. First one is a double. Landers versus Reds over 54.5. So I got a little points double, yeah. Over 54.5 in both the Landers versus Reds game and Rebels versus Force. Yeah, I mean, Reds generally, the Australian teams are just bringing home the points at the moment. Generally, they've been compared to all the previous seasons. Rebels versus Force, sorry, that's 54.5. I don't know if what your slide is saying there. These games have been low.
This is your slide. Come here with my slide.
It's your slide. But does it say 5? If it says 545, it's actually 54.5 for both. So I apologize if it's wrong there. That's what it means. So yeah, we'll go with that. I think there's close to 60 points in both those games. Next one is that's 1.5 units. So that's the stronger play of the weekend. And then we always like to put in a little sneaky treble, put a unit on this one, which is over even money. We've got Force plus 15.5. I think they've been having a much better season, much ticking on nicely, much more consistent than the Rebels, both playing for playoff. So I think giving Force 15 points is a great shout. Drua play Pacifica. Drua are in for a shot of making the playoffs. Pacifica are way out of it. They haven't won yet, but they play in the islands. Drua have won both the last meetings, but not by more than 15 points anyway. I don't think Pacifica are just going to hand Drua the win. Yeah, I think there's a lot of pride at play here. So Pacifica to keep it within 22.5. And then the Blues play the Canes. No Barrett. So we got Plummer and Beheem in the midfield, which we like to joke and say that they're very much card horses there and slow their Blues down and how they want to play. But I think if you look at the season, they're very properly evenly matched teams actually head for head. So 14.5 points is a lot. We'll give the Canes 14.5 points there. So we've got a little handicap treble there. 1 unit, quite a lot of points we're getting for these teams that I think are quite evenly matched matches. So quite confident on that one. And I thought, let's branch out a bit. We've earned the right to go for a little bit more. We get a little bit greedy. So I've gone for a little Aka, yeah. I backed the Highlanders over 34.5 last week, and they didn't arrive with the Rebels' atrocious game. But there were changes before kickoff. The centers were changed, which always disrupts. So I have a few excuses there, but I don't expect that to happen this week. Highlanders are playing for their life. I think they've already put 40 past the Rebels and Drua this season, so they're capable of scoring. So I'm going to go and double down and run it back Highlanders again at 34.5. So Rebels Force Aussie derbies are bringing home points. I don't see why it shouldn't happen this week. So let's go over 60 there. These are all line caps, by the way. That's what we spoke about previously. This is what the actual bookies are given as the handicap line. Pacifica, as I said, plus 13.5, and then the Canes plus 11.5. That's not the line cap. I've bought a little bit more points than the Canes, but that's a 8-1 Aka, half a unit, so we'll bring home 4 or 5 units there. 4 units if we win, so it'll be pretty juicy if all of them come in. We'll be laughing if they all come in, but at least 1 or 2 of them come in, we'll be really happy. We'll be a decent profit again. So yeah, good luck if you tail in. And yeah, let's bring in another winning week.
Yeah, well, he's not here, so we can say
Sweet.
bring back the bring in the bacon. So
Bring in the bacon.
bring
Yeah,
in the
we can say
bacon.
that.
We can say it here. Next week we'll have to go back to being halal, but this week we can say
Bring
bring in
back
the
the
bacon.
bacon.
But cool, thanks, Chris. And as always,
The
yeah,
bacon,
check out the
yeah.
description for the link to their codes and stuff like that.
So
And
if anyone, just quickly, Steve, if anyone's interested, I have put some early Twitter punts on. I've gone for the Highlanders on the line, like we put in that multiple. So I
Yeah.
put that as a single punt as well. I do like that, and I also put Force +9 because I think Force are actually a better team than the Rebels this season, and I don't see Rebels getting much separation from Force at the end of the game.
okay, well there we go. And it's on Twitter there at the Crow Tips. If you guys would like to go and follow Chris and see what he's got to say over the weekend. And yeah, as always, Chris, appreciate your work. Looking forward to seeing how we do next week.